Well, hi everybody. I've had people asking me what is going on here with this tonight, and tonight's been my birthday, so I've been trying to kind of hang out with my wife's son. We cooked some dinner, so I have been monitoring this situation. I probably should have been on with it, but Mississippi as my hometown, very familiar with this area, and all right, so here I am. All right, so hi everybody. First off, this is Ken Johnson. I am if you're wondering what you're watching here now, I am a meteorologist in Wichita Falls, Texas, but I am from Mississippi. This is my hometown, and there's been a long track tornado tonight that developed over into Louisiana earlier this evening as just a thunderstorm. Then it crossed the Mississippi River and it hit the Rolling Fork area, which is in the delta of Mississippi, pretty much head on. That storm remains intense even at this hour. And it looks to me like we're about to see this tornado, which it looks like there's a tornado emergency in effect. And it looks like this tornado is right over the town of Winona at this time. Winona is a decent sized town there just off Interstate 55. And we still have confirmed large tornado on the ground. This thing's been on the ground for quite some time. Here's a storm chaser. Let's see if this particular guy has any video. We can probably, if we can see that. I need to shut down. Give me a second here. I need to shut down that. But yeah, we are. Looks like we're not going to be able to get that particular stream there from that guy. But Winona is right there. And it looks to me like we still have pretty significant tornado, perhaps in progress. I don't see any reason to believe that it's not still there. It's kind of getting away from the radar site, and it looks like the tornado is probably now east of Winona. There's also a secondary circulation just behind the main one. And for reference, this is not in Texas. This is a long way from my main viewing area. This is over in Mississippi. This is pretty much west of Starkville, Mississippi, west of Mississippi State. This is north of Jackson up Interstate 55, and it is south of Memphis, kind of in north central Mississippi there. But again, that's a pretty populated little town there in north central Mississippi. There's been extensive damage reported on the track of this storm here tonight as it's moved across basically the delta of Mississippi, which would be west central Mississippi, and now crossing Interstate 55 and over now into northeastern Mississippi. We still got some streamers that are out there, but it looks like they're probably most of them are kind of, it's a rain wrap tornado, and it's going to be real difficult to see. I have seen pictures of the tornado, and it was very large. And based upon radar velocity at times, it looks to me like this tornado at times could have been 1 to 2 miles wide. One of the more intense circulations that I've ever seen on radar in my entire career. I would say that there's a couple that kind of stand out to me in my career, radar signature wise, tornadoes. One would be, it'd be in Kansas. It was a little town up there that got flattened several years ago, about 10, 15 years ago up there. I can't remember the name of the town now. I could have told you if I hadn't thought about it. But it wound up flattening that town there in, I think it was south central Kansas, Greensburg, Kansas. El Reno, Oklahoma was also a significant radar signature. There was another one in southeast Mississippi that was 2 miles wide, and that also was a significant tornado too. And then there's this one. I would say I would rank this one probably right there in the number 4, number 5 spot as far as tornado signatures that I've ever seen on radar. This has been an incredible tornado. It's been on the ground. Most tornadoes don't last this long. Most tornadoes, they develop, they drop down out of the storm, and they usually don't last very long. I meant to hit transition. I'm sorry, I forgot I had to do that on this particular. I'm on studio mode now, so most tornadoes don't last this long. Most tornadoes, they drop down out of the cloud, and what they do is they don't last very long. You know, they're usually short-lived. Maybe on the ground for maybe a couple of minutes. Maybe I would consider 20, 30 minutes as a long track tornado. This has been on the ground, probably since about 8 o'clock tonight. So we're going on 2 hours from right around the Mississippi River all the way now into north central Mississippi. And again, this is Winona. It looks like Winona pretty much took a direct hit. I'm trying to see if we got any reports of damage there in Winona. Let's see. From the Weather Service there in Jackson, Mississippi, crossing I-55, tornado crossing US 82 near Winona. TDX from GWX radar at 22,000 feet on the current path, Lottie community, dropping back to considerable wording and the tornado warning. For the moment, there's still very dangerous circulation, and a tornado is still likely ongoing. Let me see. I requested on Question Twitter a follow-up on the damage out of Rolling Fork from the Texas Storm Chasers. I tell you how big this event was. The Texas Storm Chasers reporting extreme damage, and they're saying, if not requested already, additional U.S. and R resources are needed. They've been pulling folks out of buildings since it hit the town. This is also from the Weather Service. Observed tornado, considerable damage as the storm moves towards the Lodi community, which is just northeast of Winona. So it sounds to me like the town of Rolling Fork, and I'm from Mississippi, so I'm kind of familiar with these towns here. This is a pretty rural area in Mississippi. This is known as the Delta. Basically, farmland is what it basically is. A lot of wide open spaces. It kind of looks and reminds me of what you would see maybe in parts of Texas, but it kind of looks like Iowa to me. It's flat. It's a good terrain to see things with. So you probably have seen. Storm chasers have probably seen this tornado several times. I've seen a picture of it, and it was massive. It was a massive tornado, is what it was. And again, on radar, at times I've noticed that the signature appeared to be a couple miles wide. In fact, there's been times on the radar here tonight that you could actually see the tornado. The eye of it. You could see the part of the tornado that was calm and didn't have anything there in it. So as you can see here on this particular stream, hard to see. It keeps bouncing in and out. But on that particular stream, there's some significant damage there. I did talk to my buddy Eric Fox, who is over there, and he's a storm chaser from Oklahoma. And he said that the damage is incredible there in Rolling Fork. It looks like we got tornado warnings now that have gone northeast. Now this is going to pass north of Starkville. There's Start Vegas over here. There's Columbus, Mississippi, and people in our area are probably familiar with Columbus. That's where there's an Air Force base over there, and a lot of our pilots leave Columbus and come here for training. So there's the Columbus Air Force Base. West Point, Mississippi, that is the home of Mossy Oak for our outdoorsmen. There's the latest update. No, I still is an incredible and a very large tornadic signature. Now there's still another little signature on the back side of this that looks like it's about to move over Winona as well. So Eupora up to Calhoun City, Houston, all these areas. Manatee, had a friend of mine that was from Manatee. So I mean, it sounds to me like those are the areas that are kind of in the path of this dangerous large tornado. Now I don't have reports of any fatalities. There possibly could have been some along the way. But I don't really see any yet here. I am watching the Weather Service here to see if there is any reports of that. Of course, those guys over there in Mississippi are so busy warning these, they don't really have time to report everything as far as damage goes. I know Eric Fox told me that it was really bad over that particular way. So I've been trying to show you the Storm Chaser feeds tonight from this tornado. from time to time. I know there's no audio. I was just popping it up again. It's my birthday today. I was kind of trying to spend some time with my wife, but I probably didn't do me any good because I was a little distracted by this anyway. So I knew this was coming, and I kind of geek out over this kind of stuff. So, and you may ask me why I'm not at work. It's because we got the basketball game on, and we probably won't even go on till about midnight. We didn't go on to midnight last night, so I'm going to switch radar sources here and see if we can get a better look, because this storm is about to get out of the Jackson area and it's kind of going north. Now, there's another tornado warning that is kind of up to the north, up north of Tupelo, Mississippi. That's the home of Elvis. That's where Elvis was born, was in Tupelo. This has also been a persistent tornado warning, but this is a little bit different. This is kind of more of a line up this way. You don't see the violent signature on this particular storm like you see to the one to the south. The one to the south has been a supercell that's just been gobbling up a tornado-rich environment. This one up to the north is just kind of along a line, and there could be a tornado with that, but the one to the south is certainly a lot more ominous, a lot more dangerous, and you can see that now east of Duck Hill. Moving kind of east-northeast, and looks like it's going to pass north of Wathall, north of Yapora, Mississippi, probably south of Calhoun City, headed right at Manatee and the Houston area. And there again, I have some friends, I knew some people in college from both of these areas, Houston and Manatee. And it looks like if this storm doesn't weaken here pretty soon, it's going to be impacting those areas as well. So, again, been a very dangerous night over in the Magnolia State. Yeah, it's done a lot of damage over there in Mississippi. Yeah, there are people, Cynthia Cooper reporting, there are people missing in Rolling Fork. Yes, I do believe that is going to be the case. And unfortunately, I'm afraid we're going to hear of some fatalities perhaps over in that particular area. Let me see if, and my audio may go out for a minute. Let's see if my storm chasers have anything. Well, I guess my audio didn't go out, but that particular storm chaser does not have anything at this time. Let me see if I can get back to Brandon. Brandon Clement is a good friend of mine, and that's the stream you've been watching tonight. So he's a good friend of mine, and he's been chasing this. He's been playing catch up a lot of this with this particular storm. So in a few minutes, I'm going to probably have to break away and probably go back to the station. So I'll probably wrap up which I didn't do a lot of coverage on this anyway. But I know there's been some other people out there. I know Ryan Hall's been doing a lot of good coverage on this tonight. And it was my aim was to be able to do some stuff perhaps similar to what he does. But like I say, tonight was just a night I was trying to spend some time with my wife. I didn't get to go home last night because of weather here, so I was trying to spend a little bit of time with her. But tomorrow night we're going to go to the wine festival here in Wichita Falls, so we should have a good time at that. So I'm looking forward to that actually. So all right, let me see if I can get Brandon's stream back up here again. I don't know that he's got anything worth seeing on here. Like I say, a lot of what Brandon's been doing tonight has been playing catch up. Now, I know there was one time tonight that Brandon was on, and he had you could see power flashes in the background. He was south of that storm, and you could see definite power flashes in the background. So we're going to go full screen, or bigger screen with Brandon here. It still says no audio, but I'm going to take that off. We got audio now, so you don't have Brandon's audio, but you do have my audio. I'm not sure why the browser audio isn't showing up. But to be honest about it, that's probably better because some of those guys don't have the cleanest of language. But Brandon is still out there chasing. Like I say, he's kind of chasing behind a lot of this stuff. He was on it early on. Then he got, when storm chasers, a lot of times they wind up getting backtracked a little bit. They wind up getting in situations where the road network kind of runs out in some of these rural areas. So he kind of been backtracking some tonight. But he had some pretty intense storm footage there at one point in time. So we'll continue to keep an eye on that part of the feed here for just a little bit. I'll have it on in the background. But back over to the radar site. And of course, again, this is over in Mississippi. This is a long way from us. The weather here is great here right now, and the weather this weekend looks fantastic. But it looks like we got pretty significant tornadoes still in progress. Looks like it just moved through. I moved right over at the Alva community and about to cross Highway 9 there. And keep in mind, this is a very heavily forested area. This is out of the Delta. This is over into now getting into kind of northeast Mississippi, northeastern Mississippi. There's a lot of trees, a lot of pine trees over there. So that's where this thing's going to be moving through a heavily forested area between Alva, and they're going to head up kind of, looks like it's going to pass pretty close to or just north of Manatee. And then maybe by around 10:30, 10:45, this tornado, if it still stays on the ground, could be headed towards Woodland, maybe Houston. And from there on up the road, you've also got these communities, Okolona. There's Tupelo. Now, it'll be interesting to see. It looks to me like the tornado's moving too far east or too far to the south, and will probably pass south of Tupelo. But Aberdeen's another one of those pretty decent-sized towns there in Mississippi. So it could be close to Aberdeen and Amory, and both of those areas, all these, Smithville, Amory, Aberdeen, those are some decent-sized cities over there, decent-sized towns. So it certainly is possible. I would think that the overall tornado parameters may be a little bit lower once it gets east of this area here. So that's possible. That is a possibility as it kind of makes its way. And this is there's only been 2 storms tonight that have presented these big tornadoes. So if you look kind of outside of that, there's really not a lot going on. I mean, warning-wise, there's some up there to the north, but we really don't have a lot going on, back into central Mississippi, which I was talking to David Hartman, who is my mentor. He's actually a meteorologist over there at WAPT in Jackson. He's the chief meteorologist over there. He'll be retiring in the next several years. We were talking earlier, about some of this stuff, and I know he's certainly been watching it, and I know I'll probably talk to him later on tonight, and he'll probably tell me how intense it was. But I would say, in my career, probably top 5 tornadic signatures on radar. That's pretty significant. All right, well, I am going to jump off here now. Let me see if I can get it before I jump off here. Let me see if I can put storm reports on there. I think I probably can. I think that's lightning. No, we don't want lightning. We don't want that. So let me see if, I think these may be alerts maybe. I'm still trying to figure out some of these features on this radar. It's a great little program. I like it, but it's sometimes it's kind of a little difficult because it's a lot of stuff on it, and I don't know what a lot of this stuff means. So that's probably, here it is. This is spotters, I think. I think that's what that is. Let's see. Let's go. Well, it should be on. That's not it. All right. Well, what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to probably jump off now. And as I get reports and some video and whatnot, I can probably, post some stuff here on my page, or maybe even be able to do another little live update. Before I go, one more time though. Big tornado tonight over in Mississippi. I wouldn't consider it an outbreak, because it was just only 1 to 2 storms that did this, and really only one storm, to be honest about it, that really did this. So I would say not an outbreak, but certainly a night where there was a couple long-lived supercells that produced some dangerous, severe weather, significant tornadoes, especially with this storm that continued. This is a long-track tornado. Tornado's been on the ground for quite a while now. It's like going on 2 hours. It's chewing up a lot of real estate, and there's been quite a bit of damage in places like Rolling Fork. I haven't seen any reports yet of. Let me see if I can see any. We are confident that the storm coming out of Winona is going to go around Clay County. That would be in Tupelo. So it looks like that the TDS, the tornadic debris signature, has now lifted on it. So that certainly is good news. So But I think that this storm at some point in time here pretty soon is probably going to weaken some. It's just moving into a less favorable environment. But still, Manatee, Houston, those areas over there in northeast Mississippi need to keep an eye on it. It should pass south of Tupelo. But of course, I'll keep an eye on it, and as I get more information, I'll let you guys know. Of course, most of the viewers here are not from Mississippi. Most of the viewers are out here in Texas. I do realize that, but I'm going to do things sometimes when we have severe weather. I'm going to do some updates like this from time to time on my platforms here. Remember, I'm on Twitch. I'm on Twitter. I don't really use Twitter much, but I'm on Twitch, I'm on Facebook, I'm on YouTube, Trovo, whatever that is. I've got other ones too that I don't know anything about, and I don't know anything about Twitch either. I really need to kind of try to figure that out. So, because I don't know anything about it. So heard a lot of chasers doing much search and yeah, a lot of the chasers have stopped chasing, Linda, and they're actually doing search and rescues there. And some of the Rolling Fork got flattened. It's not good. Well, today was my birthday, Marilyn. It should be really nice for your birthday tomorrow. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited for mine too. But I do feel bad. And prayers certainly going up for our friends over there in the Magnolia State tonight, in my home state of Mississippi. It doesn't look good. All right. Well, thank you.